In this video, I will use Fox to beat up this very stupid boss. This boss is super annoying. A lot of RNG, but anyways. So, you need Puppet here for the shields, and also Yuki if you're using Fox, of course. Yuki is the best in stock for Fox. Then resonance damage is the follow-up attack which Fox can do. Ice damage also for Fox. So Surt is very annoying. Okay, the gimmick itself is not that bad. So just every turn it will gain the Ragnarok stack, which will increase the damage it does. So it will be more difficult to tank as you progress through the fight. But your team also gets the Ragnarok stacks. And then when you finish the first phase, you kill the first phase, the 5 Ragnarok stacks will be given to your team. And then it will summon also 4 Jack-o'-lanterns which you can do damage and get points. So this boss is super RNG. 2 reasons. The first reason is the speed. The speed of this boss I don't understand. The speed is stupid as hell. Sometimes the boss will fast forward like 2 in front, and sometimes it stays at the back. Sometimes it squeezes between like 1 character on the left, 3 characters on the right. It's stupid. It's really stupid. But I was able to have a good rotation, which is specific. So if you don't get the rotation right, if you're trying to follow my guide, trying to follow the rotation, if it doesn't work, just restart. It took me like a freaking 7 tries to finally get one correct rotation. And then the next time I tried it, it took me another like 6 or 7 tries to get another correct rotation. Stupid. But it is the best rotation I can come up with this team. So I want to talk about the Marion first. So I'm using Marion because of the tanking, the healing, and also having a harmony 10%. It's only 10%. Their main job is not to do damage, but you do need to do damage to the sides, the 2 minions at the first phase. And if you don't have Marion, you can use Leon if you want, but Leon is not as good because Leon buffs attack and Fox uses defense. So I'm using Marion instead, since Marion can also buff a bit of damage. And the damage is general damage with the health counts first. So it doesn't depend on attack or defense stat, just general damage increase. If you don't have Marion, you can use Leon, but I don't really recommend him like I said because of the attack set, and also he's weak to fire. The boss uses a lot of fire moves, so you're gonna get cooked, literally. You can use Soy if you don't have Marion. But the reason I'm not using Soy is because I'm using him for the other fight. So I'm saving him for the other fight. And if you're Rin, do use her. You cannot follow the guide for this video if you use Rin, because Rin will be the first to move, and the speed sequence, the turn sequence, everything is gonna be very different, and it's gonna be very annoying. I will link a video by my guildmate below who uses Rin, so you can just follow his guide. For this, if you're not using Marion, you use like Soy should be generally okay. You can just follow the general steps, because Marion is there mostly to do damage to the sides as well as to heal. So the team itself, let's start with Fox. So Fox will be using skill 3, skill 2, and maybe sometimes even skill 1. It depends on the minions. You don't want to kill both the minions at the same time, because killing the minions decrease the boss's HP by like 30%, something like that. And you don't want to decrease it so fast because you want to gain the Ragnarok stacks. And the highlight also can do some good damage. And the other part of the RNG, other than the stupid speed turn thing, is the counter attack, because the chance of getting the counter attack is 65%. And sometimes it will really screw you up and you have to restart because you cannot kill the minion in time. Then for the Revelation cards is the Opulence, the best card for Fox, for ice, more ice damage and more fallout damage. 5-star weapon, this is not my Fox, I forgot to mention, it's by my guildmate. For this one is increasing the defense, and also increase the counter attack damage. Then the stats here, I'll just scroll through this and you guys can see. So the best in store for Fox is Yuki, because she is also defense scaling, can give shield with skill 2 and also skill 3. And skill 3 can also buff some damage. Highlight can also buff the defense. So she is there to buff Fox as well as to do damage. She will also be using skill 1 here to do damage on the sides, the 2 minions on the first phase. I will talk more about the rotation in the fight. It's a bit difficult to explain now. Then Revelation cards. You do not need a prosperity set for this one. Don't need prosperity, so you can give defense shield stuff. And then 4-star weapon, increase the defense. And then here is the stat screen. Marion, I already briefly talk about her. She will be attacking and healing, and also to buff by healing Yusuke. And then Revelation cards is the Faith and Love. So for more healing is not that super important here. Even if you don't have this set, it doesn't really matter because of the amount of shields you will get. Generally it's okay, unless you're using Leon, because Leon is weak to fire. Then this one also, 4-star weapon, increase the healing. And then we have the set screen. For the navigator, we have Puppet. Puppet is good because she can give the shield, can buff defense. So she is good for Fox. Then Revelation card. Increase defense and shield with the Faith and Peace set. Then 4-star weapon for more shield and defense also. Then the third screen. Now for Wonders Persona, oh no, before that, weapons, the all-in weapon for the defense. For the personas, the only persona I'll be using is Apsaras. The other two persona is up to you. Just use some persona that has high defense, because Apsaras will be the only persona you'll be using. With Rebellion, Rakukaja, all three skills, give it to her. And then there's also Protect Boost to increase defense, because all of these skills on defense, except for Rebellion. And the passive can also buff defense also on Fox. So I already recorded the fight for this one, and I will be commentating over it because it's super RNG, and you have no idea how many times I repeated the same damn thing while doing the fight because I keep failing. So let's go. So the first action, you skill 3 with Fox to get a counter attack. And then you skill 2 with Yuki to buff Fox. Then Rakukaja with Wonder to buff Fox again. Then skill 2 Marian to also buff Fox's damage. Then, so the thing about this boss fight is that you don't want to kill two minions at the same time. You can kill one first, then you kill the other one in another turn. You don't want to kill both at the same time because killing both will reduce the boss's HP by like 60 something %. Killing one will reduce by like 30% or something. So killing both is 60%. So you don't want to kill it so fast. You want to stack up the Ragnarok stacks. And the speed of this boss is super annoying. Like when you see this, right? You would think that it's every 2 turns. The boss will move every 2 turns, but sometimes it just randomly shifts to another place. It's super random. So this rotation works for this like specific move turn. So you see Yuki just now uses skill 1 to do damage. So you do have to also be a bit lucky with the full attack. You do want to hit most of them, but at the same time don't kill them. Then you kind of have to adjust your skills accordingly. And then Marian will use skill 1 here to do some damage. Then we'll do some follow-up attacks, do some damage. If the boss has 20,000 health, not boss, the minion has 20,000 health, then it's possible to kill with skill 2 from Fox. So for this fight, I'm quite lucky with the follow-up attacks. I think I've connected most of them. Then Puppet skill 1. So I already have the highlight here, but I won't be using it. I only use it on Yuki's turn. Because if I use it now, it will decrease the duration by 1. Because Fox is moving, right? Okay, so you can see that the health is barely. Ideally, you want to get to this point, so it's easier to finish off with Yuki. Then on Yuki's turn, I use the highlight. I use it now so that later on I can use 2 more highlights. And you look at the boss's turn order, it's suddenly 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Like what the hell is this? It's so weird. It's really weird. Sometimes it's 2 left, 2 right, sometimes it's like this. It's really weird. So getting back to the Wonder using the highlight, then Yuki will use skill 2. Ideally you want to skill 2 here with Yuki on Fox, because the next turn we are going to the weakened state already, because both the minions are almost dead. So use skill 2 on Fox ideally. If you cannot, if you think the minions HP is still a lot, you use skill 1. But skill 2 is better because it will give the buff to Fox, so Fox can do big damage with the skill 3. The counter attack. Then Wonder will use the Rebellion here, so to buff the Fox, so you can do big damage. Okay, then you look at the Surt here, and then see where it moves. It moves here. What the hell? See, it moves there. I don't understand. Ideally, you do want this to happen. This is the best case scenario. You want it to move after Yuki, because on Yuki's turn, Yuki will kill the Surt, which will force us into the weakened turn. So I just use skill 1 to kill one first. So Yuki can use skill 3 to kill later on. Skill 3, and you have to pray that this guy doesn't hit Yusuke and trigger the counter attack because you don't want to kill it yet. Because you want to use skill 3 with Yusuke here. This is to set up the counter attack. You set up the counter attack, and then he will trigger the counter attack in the weakened turn, which is what you want because you get the most points from the weakened turn. Then Yuki will use skill 2 here. Skill 3 because before that you need to use the puppet. Use puppet support. Skill 3, you get skill 3 now because we're going to the weakened state anyways, so the boss won't really attack you other than the minions, the jack-o'-lantern. Then skill 3 here so that we can buff and also give the shield. So Fox will do big damage this turn because he has a bunch of buffs like Rakukaja, Marakukaja, Rebellion from Wonder, and then also skill 2 from Marion, skill 2 and skill 3 from Yuki, so has a bunch of buffs. So Wonder here will use Rakukaja because it has already wore off. And then Marion will use, before that we use Fox's highlight to do big damage because he has the most number of buffs right now, so you want to use it now to do big damage. And then Marion can use the skill 2 to buff Fox again to get the blessing stacks. At this point he has like 5 blessing stacks or something, which is like the maximum number of stacks you can have to fully max out the buff. You can see 300k from the floor attack. That's a lot. And then skill 2 with Fox. Then Yuki will use skill 2 again on Fox to reapply the buff because it wore off. Then you will pray for the counter attack on the jack-o'-lanterns. No need to pray, I forgot. Highlight will guarantee the counter attack, so you don't have to worry about that. Then we can use the Marakukaja. Maybe we use skill 2 again. We just keep buffing. You can see that the blessing stack is at 4 now. So if I use a skill 2 here, it becomes 5. The reason why it has so much blessing is because of Yuki. Yuki can also grant the blessing stacks. Then we skill 3 here for the final damage. Then the next turn we can use the Yuki highlight to buff defense. So Fox will get 2 more damage. And of course after the highlight we use the skill 3 to give shield and buff damage. And then we can look at the final damage from Fox. Okay, that's good. 340k. The reason I think it's slightly lower is because Wonder's highlight buff has already wore off. So it's, I guess, slightly lower. But yeah. And I was able to break a record here. So 18 million, 18.6 million, which is pretty good without reading especially.